Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks. And somebody sent me, they actually sent me a video that it was in some foreign language. They couldn't understand it. Gentleman did a good job, but they just couldn't handle it. So I'm going to make an ellipse. I made a video on this same thing. Then I made a duplicate of that circle. I'm going to move it down to the quadrant. Then I'm going to Control D or hit the plus key. And I'm going to move this over till I see that shield. I don't know if you can see that shield, but when we fill it in with the Smart Fill tool, you'll see the shield. Now, once you've got the shape of the shield, you can elongate it, make it wider, make it whatever part you want. I'm going to left click, right click. I'm going to get rid of all this. I'm going to hit P and put it in the center of the page. And then I'm going to take a 2-point line and hit P. And then I'm going to take this line or this object, and I'm going to set my, let's see how big it is, a little, almost 6 inches. I'm going to set my nudge factor of 6. I'm going to hit the plus key. I'm going to take the shape tool now and select all this and then right click and break it apart. That's going to allow me to take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line because I want that top curvature line. Now I'll be able to nudge that right back. I'm going to go ahead and set my nudge factor on 0.75. And when I nudge it over, I will have that, thankfully 0.75 fit in there. Now I want to nudge these down, Control D, Control D, Control D. Now we only need the inside line, so I don't need to worry about trimming these lines off. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this side of the line. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off and that off. I don't have to trim these lines because now I'm going to set my nudge factor back on, well, set it like on 4. Well, you know what? I do need that outline of the, I'm sorry, I need that outline of the graphic. So I'm going to hit the plus key and move it over. Well, I backed up where it wasn't 4 inches. I'm going to get our shield and hit the plus key and move it over. Then I can delete this. Don't really even have to. Then I'm going to get the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to nudge it over. And that looks good. I like the other one having I must have nudged it less on the first one. Now what I'm going to do is take this very first one and get the interactive fill tool and try to go from the edge to the edge and maybe even up a little bit. And you can play with it, whatever you want to do. But then instead of trying to match that perfectly, I'm going to get the attribute eyedropper tool and I'm going to take a sample of that and then put it in these next ones. Now what I can do is take all those and Control G, Control D to duplicate it and get to the 2-point arrow. And there you have a shield that looks like it's 3-dimensional. It actually looks like it's coming up out of the picture. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.